Hey guys, Q here for HORDE and this is our review for Gears of War 4.
Emergence Day had earned its name. Like many of you, I was only a child then. It was a dark, terrible time, and our victory was in no way assured.
It's surprising, isn't it, that I'm reviewing one of those games that is considered a America kind of game. But yeah, I don't know if I've ever said this before, but I'm a huge Gears of War fan, and I've wanted to review Gears of War 4 for ages now. But again, I have a huge schedule that's really packed, and sometimes things that I want to review don't end up happening. And so now that Gears of War 5 is coming out, I thought it would be great to release a Gears of War 4 review in advance. So without further ado, let's just jump into it. In preparation for the upcoming launch of Gears of War 5, I thought I'd give this entry a try. I've previously played all 3 main entries in the series, but Gears of War 4 has eluded my attention until now. It may surprise some of you, but I'm actually a huge fan of the Gears of War franchise. During the previous console generation, I chose Team Green initially, which meant I was playing a lot of Xbox exclusives, including Gears of War. This was because at the time I had a lot of mates who played the game with me. This was back in my teen years when playing what my friends were playing mattered to me. Oh, and I don't mean to brag, but I was actually pretty good at this game back in the day. So with Gears being one of my favorite games on the last generation of consoles, why didn't I pick up Gears of War 4 when it initially released? There are a lot of reasons why, but the main reason would be because of my packed schedule and the fact that I haven't played games with the mates that I played with back in the day for quite some time. How I ended up playing it now was related to my current interest in Microsoft Game Pass and Windows 10, which I'll cover in more detail in the future. Since I was already testing the Game Pass service, I thought I'd give this entry a try, and boy am I happy I did. When a game I'm really excited for is released, I avoid watching any reviews or anything about them for fear of spoilers, because of the fact that I'm already going to be reviewing it myself and I don't want to influence my opinion by someone else's review. This is unfortunately due to the simple fact that most reviewers tend to spoil interesting plot points that I'd much rather discover on my own. The game picks up a couple years after the end of Gears of War 3 with some new characters and a lot more green. This new numbered entry in the franchise follows a cast of new characters including Marcus's son JD, his best friend Del, and their friend Kate. When playing solo you control JD, but when playing co-op the second player will be able to choose between the other 2 members of the squad. The choice of making JD the main character was a bit strange for me because he's a bit of a bland character. He doesn't have the same flair as his father, and the other 2 members of the squad outshine him in every way. Please note, I have no problem with his voice acting or portrayal, but rather his design.
No alarm. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we're not gonna be bored. Dad, on the other hand...
That's not the security alarm.
Oh shit, wind flare! We can take cover inside the settlement!
To the wagon, all of you! Go!
JD looks like the generic male white guy from every Western RPG. Dude has nothing distinct about him that stands out in any way, which is why I'm so happy to see how much his character has been redesigned for the new game. The fact that I cringed every time I saw him on screen was because of the fact that everyone else was better looking than him. Which is why I'm also so excited that he's not the lead character in the 5th entry in the series. JD's bland design aside, I love almost everything about Gears of War 4. The other characters are great and there are quite a few Easter eggs and cameos for fans to enjoy. The game plays exactly like I remembered it, even though I haven't played a Gears game in years. It's the same slide, jump, shoot, cover system that I fell in love with, albeit with a few polished additions. This includes the quick vault system, which I don't remember being in part 3. It is triggered by pressing the B button when sprinting towards cover that the character can't vault over. Each weapon also feels so satisfying, especially the classic ones. The first time I used the bolt-up pistol in game, I was like, man, Now, let me tell you something about my friend bolt-up. The pistol of dreams, love me that pistol. Damn, this shit is real. You gotta try this. Like seriously, you just gotta get the trial of Game Pass, download Gears of War 4, and oh, nice! That's some good stuff. Each weapon has a distinct feel to them and will appeal differently to each player. Personally, I stuck to my Talkbow, Gnasher, Lancer, and my boy Botok whenever possible. The newer weapons were reserved for needs-only uses due to the fact that they don't seem to pack the same punch as the classic ones, but I'm sure they have their strengths that I know nothing about. Visually, the game is breathtaking with a lot more color than I'm accustomed to in a Gears of War game. This was easily the best looking game in the franchise when it released, and that's saying something. Every Gears of War game stood out as some of the best visual eye candy in gaming when they released. But what Gears of War 4 added was a little bit more color to the otherwise dark color palette found throughout the franchise. Now it should be noted that this game is very large and takes up over 100 gigs of storage space on a hard drive. So if you are going to download this, please keep that in mind, as it is a huge spend on your PC and you are going to have to delete some stuff if you have a full hard drive. Now if you don't have storage limitations, this is a great way to fill up your drive with some of the most amazing action gameplay out there. It should also be noted that the multiplayer servers are still fully active and you can play between the Xbox One and the PC. Yes, Horde mode is here and it is amazing as I remember it. It has a great flow to it and you get to try out a lot of the cool weapons in the game. I even had a lot of fun playing Horde mode by myself, even though it's a mode that you know is better with friends. Now as I usually say more often than not, no game is perfect and Gears of War 4 has its flaws. The main flaws for Gears of War 4 having to deal with the multiplayer, and not the multiplayer in itself, which is amazing when you play it, but the actual use of a loot box system that doesn't affect the balance, but it does encourage players to spend a lot of money to unlock cosmetic items for a game that already costs $60. Another big issue I have with the multiplayer is the map pack DLCs. This breaks up the multiplayer community and I feel affects the overall longevity of a game like this. Now as mentioned, the lobbies were filled when I got in there and I was always able to get a match, but making maps DLC splits up your user base and overall hurts a game like this.
These fugitives, I can't protect you.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So with all that I've had to say so far about Gears of War 4, here's my final verdict. Gears of War 4 is a great entry in the franchise with its cinematic action movie story, stunning visuals, a star cast of voice actors, and my good buddy Botok. This was almost perfect. However, the practice of map pack DLC and loot box character drop subtract from the overall great experience. Gone are the days of unlocking all the characters at the end of a game to be used in multiplayer, or unlocking them as you progress through said multiplayer. And in its place we have chance and the urge to spend your way into poverty. Hashwords aside, I do recommend getting the game, especially through Game Pass. Get the 1-month subscription if you're playing on PC because of the limited amount of games you may want to play on there, and just finish that Gears of War goodness. Despite the stupid loot boxes, the game is an overall great package and I do think that people should play it, especially if you're a fan of Gears of War. Thank you very much for watching our review of Gears of War 4. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to leave us a like and a comment in the comment section below. And if you'd like to see more content like this from us, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you'll always know when we put out new content.